Welcome, this is Nathan and welcome back to another video. Today we're taking a look at a scenario where the Southeast Asian Union unites. That is a mouthful, but I don't really want to call it by seeing. Maybe Southeast Asia I'll just call it. But if this were to all unite, it would definitely be a top-down power. Now, why? Well, it's contained with countries like Indonesia, the Philippines, Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, Singapore. I know, they're on my condition, but they're 30 in the world. Shocking. And then you have the countries that don't do anything, like Timor-Leste. I forgot to erase the border, but yeah, whatever. You've got Laos and Cambodia, which don't do much, and Myanmar, which is fine itself. So I actually do think this could be a fine country. I think this could actually, sort the issues out in Vietnam, maybe fix up some of the stuff happening in Laos and Cambodia. But other than that, I don't think this union would be all that bad if you just fix those three countries because of somebody. But we're going to be seeing this expand because that's really the only thing I want to do with it. And this, I don't even need to buff this. You wouldn't think it's strong, but it's a country you don't want to mess with. If you mess with it, you mess with it. This will most likely be a good ally of China and the USA, and maybe, Japan and stuff. I don't think it would get involved with anything. It would probably be, I don't know. But it would definitely be allies with China and, well, maybe not China, but because, the Philippines. Maybe this wouldn't work. Anyway, I'm going to get this all read. Anyway, that's kind of like all of some of these islands here, which I don't know if Does it matter? No, I don't think it does matter, but it still is going to bother me, so... Okay, leave those two. I keep seeing white dots everywhere and I don't like it. Okay, there we go. Done. Okay, hang on. Okay, now done. Nope. Sorry, guys. Alright, done. No more. Alright, now I'm actually done. But anyway, so... where would this country go to expand? It doesn't border any strong countries. Wait, what? I was meant to say the opposite of that. It borders a lot of strong countries. It has Japan up to the north, Taiwan, South Korea, China, India, and Australia. But then there's the weak one, Papua New Guinea. So, go after that, they say. It's their weakest neighbour, and also Indonesia, I feel like, would carry this with no issue. So, yeah, Papua New Guinea's gonna get wrecked here. I don't see how Papua New Guinea will have a chance. And they get completely invaded. And we have an interesting event happening. We have Bougainville getting released. Yeah, I mean... that's not an interesting event. I think if Papua New Guinea actually got invaded, I think any country would release Bougainville because they want independence. And getting annexed by another country would just start that all over again. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So, just like that, Papua New Guinea's finally annexed. And Australia is kind of looking at the Southeast Asia like, we're not on your list, right? They don't answer. Because their next target is going to be Bangladesh. Now, would India like this? No, they wouldn't. This is expansion on their border, and they wouldn't really support it. And really, nobody supports this expansion. I mean, nobody cares about Papua New Guinea, but people kind of care about Bangladesh. That's just how the world works. But Southeast Asian Union does not care. They want land, so they're going to invade it. They immediately take the panhandle of Bangladesh and begin moving up into Bangladeshi land. And their main target is Dhaka. But the first target is to wipe out the coast. And now we have a major battle happening for Dhaka, which Southeast Asian Union wins it. And we have Bangladesh surrendering. So let's take a look at this peace treaty. So, the Southeast Asian Union will fully annex Bangladesh, and tensions between India are quite high, as well. This looks ugly, and Southeast Asian Union might want to fix that, but they are way too weak to take on India right now. So anyway, where are you going to go next? Sri Lanka. Their navy would probably be, alright, maybe not the strongest, because, every single country except Laos has a navy here, so actually may be pretty powerful. So, yeah, Sri Lanka it's not gonna go well. Again, India does not support this, as this is, again, expansion not on their border, but near them. So, naval landsmen in Sri Lanka, Columbus is taken, and Sri Lanka falls apart. I mean, let's be honest, Sri Lanka's not that strong. And peace treaty, they're fully annexed. But that's kind of it for Southeast Asian Union's expansion. They're now kind of stuck. Everyone around them's too strong. Although, they're not done. They want more. I can't just end the video here. I mean, I won't. So, they look down to Australia and decide that Australia is their easiest option. Is it? I mean, you go after these islands, but is there any point in that? You wouldn't get anything from it. So, yeah, Australia, here we go. Southeast Asian Union will declare war on Australia, and this will not fly with the world. In fact, New Zealand says nope, and decides to join the war. India is thinking about joining this war, but they stay out of it. Why? Well, because somebody up north could easily get involved. It probably wouldn't be on the side of, Southeast Asia, but it would be on their own side, China. But anyway, Australia's gonna get slammed here. I know they're number 16 in rankings, but now with all the land they've annexed, I think Australia's, completely done here. So, a landing's made on this thing of Australia. They begin moving down. Not really over here, but they do take the coast. Their main focus is to capture Sydney and Canberra. And, well, that's going to go extremely well, as the Australians, they won't be able to put up much of a defense. The population of this country would kind of be insane, especially with Bangladesh now. So, they're moving down the coast, and they are now... they're not pushing inwards, because, Saharan, it's the outback. I don't really want to invade that. They literally had a 1 loss to the emus there. But, this is getting really painful for Australia. There was just too much to fight, and this is starting to get a bit hard for Southeast Asians to fight, but they're fine. While this is also happening, they have taken quite a bit of land from the areas here. They haven't, pushed in all the way to the outback, but that's what this looks like. They expand on this front a little bit to make sure Australia doesn't push back, but Australia will now finally put up the fence. And this is once troops start getting near more the major cities, which I think they've already taken some. But as they start getting closer and closer to taking Sydney, Australia will fight back. And they do not hesitate. Australia will push back the Southeast Asians all the way back to here. And at this point, Southeast Asia is like, okay, peace. And Australia's like, yes. And New Zealand's just kind of like, wait, what? Our army was heading towards you, Australia. But however, they will start a peace treaty. So in the peace treaty, Australia looks like they lost a lot, but they really didn't. This land isn't all that important to Australia. I wouldn't say it's not important to them, but it is, because every piece of land is important. But this wasn't as important as maybe, the coast, here, and also over here. Losing North wasn't bad, but now, Southeast Asian Union is kind of getting annoyed. They have nowhere to expand. If you attack Taiwan, you're basically attacking China, although I don't think that really counts. You attack India, you go in war with the top 4 power, top 5. Attack Japan, that wouldn't be fun, and you wouldn't really want to go for South Korea, because then I think Japan would get involved. North Korea, China. So, that's kind of it, right? Nope. We have the Southeast Asian Union doing something which might be unexpected, but they form an alliance with China and Pakistan, and I'm sorry, Indian viewers. Yeah. So China, Pakistan, and Southeast Asia declare war on India. India's gonna get slapped around here. Immediately, though, bad timing, because this is obviously gonna happen. Japan and South Korea will join the war. Taiwan will join the war, and well, you know, North Korea's gonna join the war. Now, most of this is gonna be a stalemate over here, because it's way too even, China, and especially with Southeast Asia. But, something that isn't gonna be even is Taiwan. Anyway, India is gonna feel the consequences of existing. Immediately, Chinese and Southeast Asian troops take this area with no problem, and troops from Bangladesh will now move out and will begin pushing towards one of the major cities of India, Kolkata, I think I pronounced that right. They take it without any problem. It was probably the farthest war yet. But, India is having basically a free-front war here. Pakistan will begin to invade India. Kashmir kind of just turns into a bloodbath. I mean, like, this is one of the most defended places on the planet, so I don't see how you could exactly invade this. But let's just say somehow China and Pakistan take it, and India is stalemating now. They're using kind of like everything. They don't go on the offensive, because pushing back is not a good idea. However, over here, South Korea is experiencing a lot of land loss. Now, why? Well, it's because Navy of Southeast Asia just broke through. Japan, they're gonna just isolate themselves and leave South Korea to get killed. South Korea now gets invaded from the south, and a very bloody couple of months or even years later, we have, just South Korea getting murdered. Japan, signs peace, because they know this war's not going to go very well. And China will focus a bunch of manpower and push down from Kashmir and take New Delhi with like, probably millions of losses. So, yeah, don't know how worth it that was. But at this point, India will just, so they're going to leave the war, but they kind of surrender as well. So let's take a look at this gigantic peace treaty. So in the peace treaty, India didn't lose that much land, considering their size. Let me grab a different colour here. So Pakistan took some land from, like, the inner areas, as well as fixing their Kashmir claim. I know the real claim's here, but I do not care. China took this area of Kashmir, and, well, India only owns this part of Kashmir now. Going over here, China took their claim that, I don't really know why it's a claim here, but they took the claim that's by here, and I know I didn't make anything happen with Sri Lanka. I think India was just invaded it. But anyway, we have this southern area of India going over to Southeast Asia. We have them annexing this entire, like, panhandle, basically. Going over here, Taiwan is Chinesified. Okay, that's not a word. And I hate to do it, but North Korea fully annexes South Korea. Anyway, the final event of this video will be, I won't show the war, but it's just going to be Bhutan turning red and disappearing off the face of the earth. Yep, that's going to do it for this video. So, that's what if the Southeast Asian Union united today. Remember, this is unrealistic. There's no way they're allied with China. There's literally no way. Like, maybe, but there's only, like, 3 countries here that China likes. 4 if you count Thailand, and maybe 5 with Indonesia, but other than that, China would not ally with it. They wouldn't expand. Maybe they'll take Papua New Guinea, but I don't think they'll expand. I think they'll probably take Papua New Guinea and, like, maybe puppet it and give it a government name, give influence, but I think that'll be it. I don't think they'll want to expand anymore out from that. Especially into India, which I hope nobody was mad at that. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.